And welcome back, rugby fans, to Rugby411. As always, I'm your host. My name is Joshua Shibata, and this is our Week 10 preview and pick'em video for the MLR 2024 season. We are in the double-digit weeks, guys. We are in the second half of the season, and a full weekend of action, 5 games. 1 game on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, 2 games on Fox Sports 2, so you do have technically 2 Game of the Weeks. Again, you can watch all the games except for the ones on Fox Sports 2, live or on demand on the Rugby Network, an absolutely free app. You can download it. I highly recommend it. If you missed any of the action, you can watch every game this season. Again, except for the Fox Sports 2 games or anything on Fox Sports 1, those will be uploaded on the Rugby Network 24 hours later. So unless you watch them or record them, showing my age. If you DVR them, you can't watch them live or on demand on the Rugby Network. You have to wait 24 hours later, but they will be up. So let's start Friday, May 3rd, 7:30 p.m. So again, if you're in my Pick'em group, remember we do have Friday night footy going down. It's going to be the new kids, Anthem Rugby Carolina, ARC, taking on the two-time MLR champions, the Seattle Seawolves, in Starfire Stadium. Really don't need to waste too much time on this one. Seattle will slaughter Anthem, unfortunately, in this game. And Anthem will continue to be looking for that first win of the season. Saturday, May 4th, doubleheader. We have our first game on Fox Sports 2, the Miami Sharks going over to Old Glory, DC, to the Maryland Soccerplex in Germantown, Maryland, to take on Old Glory, DC. This is the first time that either team has played each other. Miami, even though they lost to Dallas and they look really, really flat, Old Glory has been struggling quite a bit. They are technically on a 3-game non-winning streak. A tie to LA and then 2 losses, including the most recent one to Utah. They're struggling. Even though, again, like I said, Miami did not look very good against Dallas, I do think Miami pulls off the quote-unquote upset with this win right here. And then at 6 p.m., a huge Western Conference showdown between the Houston SaberCats and the Utah Warriors going on to Zion Stadium to take on the Utah Warriors. This is a long-standing rivalry. It is 5-6. Houston with 5 wins, Utah with 6. Half of them of those wins for both teams have been with the home pitch. 9 out of the 11 games that these two teams have faced against each other determined by less than 7 points. 9 out of 11. So if you're in the pick'em pool, I'm giving you some free advice here. I definitely will pick probably no more than 7 points separating these two teams. Case in point, the last time that these two teams played against each other was back in the beginning of March. Houston won that game 22-15. That was at SaberCat Stadium. Now, they're in Utah. And, again, granted, it's a 50-50. Not all the wins by either side have been because of the home pitch. Houston did claim the first one. Utah did win against Old Glory, but Houston's looking really, really strong. I believe that Houston sweeps this rivalry between the two in 2024 and ends up continuing their dominant performance so far this season. And now let's go over the last 2 games of the weekend, both of them on Cinco de Mayo, Sunday, May 5th. And by the way, guys, if you're going to enjoy Cinco de Mayo, please enjoy responsibly, especially considering you could start the day off, as on the West Coast at least, with some great rugby action. Another game that's going to be on Fox Sports 2, and in my opinion, it is my game of the week. The number 2 and number 3 of my power ranking teams going off against each other. The Chicago Hounds taking on the reigning defending MLR champions, New England Free Jacks, playing at Veteran Memorial Stadium. In this rivalry, they've only played each other twice. Both games won by New England. They did play against each other earlier. March 2nd, New England against Chicago. New England won that game. And you know what? Even though this is at home in New England, Chicago, again, I think they're starting to get it together. And I just really feel, especially if Jason Postros is off with New England, Chicago has a good chance to earn their very first win against New England And again, I need the God. I always need the points now. I am going to take Chicago, who technically are the underdogs in this game, with their first win against the New England Free Jacks. And again, that game is going to be on Fox Sports 2. And then the last game of the weekend, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Dallas Jackals going over to Snapdragon Stadium to take on the San Diego Legion, who are in a skid, a 2-game losing skid. Dallas just defeating a good performance against Miami. In this rivalry, San Diego has beaten Dallas 5 straight times. Dallas has not defeated San Diego once. San Diego did suffer their very first loss at home, and then their very first shutout against Houston. So again, not looking very good right now as we're going into the season. Dallas looks pretty good too. And as much as I want to give it to Dallas, I can't believe that San Diego makes it 3 straight losses. I really don't. If they do, there's definitely something wrong with San Diego, and it's not good for the San Diego Legion fans. So I'm going to say San Diego makes this their get-right game. They're back home in front of their loyal fans, and I think that they'll continue having that dominant streak over the Dallas Jackals to make it 6-0. And that's our video. Real quick, real simple. Again, enjoy it. Again, Cinco de Mayo, guys. Enjoy that as well. Please drink responsibly and enjoy all the footy action that there is. Again, you can watch all the games live and on demand, except for the 2 games on Fox Sports 2 this weekend. You'll watch those the day after, 24 hours later. They'll be uploaded onto the network. And again, don't forget, if you're in my pick'em pool, please make sure you get those pick'ems early, on time, before the games start. So that's my videos. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you as always for supporting, and I'll see you on the pitch.